Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to a special edition of the show. Of course, we want to pay tribute to two Canadian music legends who just passed away this weekend. One of them especially, who I know a bit more about, and that is Myles Goodwin, founding member, vocalist, and guitarist of Aprilwine. And of course, we do want to mention Chad Allen, original vocalist of the Guess Who. He appeared on those first three Guess Who albums, which are kind of loosely Guess Who albums, but still a founding member of that band. But I do want to talk about Myles Goodwin. He's the guy who I know a bit more about, and who's the news really kind of shocked me, but should have come as no surprise. So, of course, Myles Francis Goodwin, born June 23rd, 1948. He passes away on December 3rd, 2023 at the age of 75. Born in Woodstock, New Brunswick in Canada. And he died in Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada. So, of course, founding member of Aprilwine. Aprilwine, one of the great Canadian bands of the 70s and the 80s. They formed all the way back in 1969. Didn't really start making waves on the scene until probably 4 or 5 years later, and then really kind of hitting it big in the latter part of the 70s as we go into the 80s, when they started to see more success outside of Canada, here in the rest of North America. Of course, Aprilwine, a really, really good rock band, hard rock band, right? Very Canadian, but had a lot of appeal to other areas around the globe, and for a short spell of time were kind of like looked at as one of those North America or Canadian bands that were kind of making waves on the heavy rock and metal scene a little bit. But if you really listen to their music, they were never really about all that. Just a really good rock band, of course, led by his outstanding vocals and really good guitar playing, right? So here we got some early stuff in the Aprilwine catalog, right? Look at how young they were back then, right? Of course, on record. I really like this one quite a bit. And then you got Electric Jewels. I think Electric Jewels, this is where the band started to really show kind of their hard rockin' tendencies. Some really good early raw stuff on here, but I think if you just like good, like hard rockin' guitar-based music with loads of hooks and good anthemic choruses, you really can't go wrong with some of these early albums. You got Stand Back. And again, you can see how the band are looking right there. And then we've got The Whole World's Going Crazy. Just got stuff like Rock and Roll Woman, Shot Down, Give Me Love. And I think, for the band, it really started to kind of things started to take off a little bit with First Glance and Harder, Faster. So here you see some really good 2-for-1. And here you're starting to see some, Hot in the Heels of Love, Rock and Roll's a Vicious Game. I Like to Rock was a fairly big hit for them, especially up in Canada, right? Really, really excellent song. And then I think, when Aprilwine is really getting on the big stage here, you got Nature of the Beast and Power Play, right? This is where things started to pick up for them internationally here in the States and over in Europe. Of course, The Nature of the Beast had Just Between You and Me and Sign of the Gypsy Queen, right? Which is a cover for them. Worked really well. I forgot to mention Roller, which is also on one of the earlier albums. Roller is just a terrific song. Again, hard rock and boogie, right? With all sorts of great guitar playing. And then, once things start to kind of taper off for them a little bit, you got Animal Grace and Walking Through Fire, some latter period stuff coming out in the 80s. After that, they would record sporadically, but still tour quite a bit. But they've been still fairly active on the touring scene up until recently. In fact, Myles had to retire from all sorts of the live efforts with the band because he had developed a really bad case of diabetes, and his health started to really deteriorate. And I'm assuming, no cause of death has been listed as of yet, but I'm sure it had something to do with that. So, just, really good musician and singer. He's got a very unique voice and very melodic voice, and I think it's one of the great things about Aprilwine that I've always liked is that the no matter kind of what style they were doing, they even did some stuff that was kind of a little proggy early on, but or did some pure pop stuff, right? But to me, they were always best when they created that really, really melodic, catchy, hard rock music. That's kind of, to me, the mid to late 70s into the early 80s. That, to me, was kind of their sweet spot, and that's what they really did best. Lots of great guitar playing, but hooks all over the place, and lots of really anthemic choruses, and just a very accessible band that I think probably should have been a little bigger than they were. But that's kind of the way it goes. But definitely one of the great Canadian bands of all time. And, as far as like Chad Allen goes, I'm not all that familiar with the early Guess Who stuff that he appeared on. For me, it's kind of like the Burton Cummings era is the kind of sweet spot for me when it comes to the Guess Who, but do want to make mention of him as well. He was 80 years old when he passed. So, so remembering two Canadian greats here today, Myles Goodwin and Chad Allen, have left us over the weekend here in early December 2023. So may they both rest in peace. Go out and listen to all that classic music that they appeared on, and visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as it posts, and please do hit the like button before you leave. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, it's always best to remember these folks when they leave us by going out and reliving their music all over again. So until next time, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.